Hi, I just wanted to go through this morning this idea of cash and accruals and a variable that you'll see in the business functions, which is called proj mode, projection mode, and periods as well. Uh, what this is about is sometimes you want to present revenue as it is accrued, as a sort of evenly thing that's occurring in your cash flow, and sometimes you might want to uh, portray it accurately as it's happening, which in terms of some things is quarterly. It might be monthly. It could even be yearly. And so, if you like, the management accounts would want to see some even spread of revenue, whereas the treasury guys would want a cash flow which showed exactly when it happened. You can do both with using a projection function from business functions. So let's just start with a quick example. I'm going to do a time base every 3 months. Using a business function Z DPM. So take the time base out. Just give that a half decent date format. Give it that one. That's right. Yep. Okay. And we're going to have an angro, and we'll put in a uni spread. So an angro is an annually growing amount. So we're going to have 100 starting in 2015. One of the things about business functions is you can actually put a date in like that. It's just a number, 2015. That's 1st of January 2015. And finishing in 2020. Growing at 2%. And we'll grow it from our start date. So those are all the parameters we need for that. So I type in angro, open close brackets. Excel says what you're doing. Alt-IF brings up the function wizard, and we can start to put our parameters in. So there's the date, there's the base of the cash flow, which is 3 months. At the start of the angro is going to be there, 2015. The finish, 1st of January 2020. The annual rate at 100, and I just have to scroll down. We'll make it grow from the start date, so that's fine, and the growth rate can simply be a 2%. Yeah. Right. So we take him across, and that's our angro just growing. And that, the default is accruals basis. So whether I do it every month or every 12 months, it will just spread it as it's accrued. Now, supposing we knew these were quarterly in advance payments. I have to go back to our function again. I use the Excel's function wizard a lot, just because it quickly gets me into this function, helps me put the parameters. So Alt-IF, it's a good old-fashioned, I think, pre-Windows command that, isn't it? Or something. It's pretty old. Right. So let's put in a projection mode of 1. Which says to say it's going to be cash this time. And in periods, we'll have to say what the periods are. Quarterly in advance, you can put 4. It's all documented what the figures are, and as you can imagine, 2 would be 6 monthly in advance. 1 would be yearly. So let's put in 4, which is quarterly in advance. Now, copy that across. Right, of course, there's no difference because we've got a quarterly cash flow. But if we put that to a monthly cash flow, look what's happened. Instead of spreading it this time, it's actually dropped it in each quarter. The same would be the case for a uni spread. So if we spread 100 between 2015 and 2017, equals uni spread Alt-IF time base start, finish, total amount. And let's say the projection mode is 1 for cash, and let's say the periods is, let's make them 6 months in advance, so biannual if you like. Okay, what have I missed out? Okay, so we have a real life business functions error, and if we go to the business functions library menu, we'll see a thing called trace. If I click trace, it'll tell me what the error is. So I get this funny tree thing come up, and I zoom in and it'll tell me what I've done wrong. It says erroneous annual sequence for the variable periods. And it's because I put in 6. I wanted to make it 2 a year, so it should have been 2. So copy that across, and what you see there is this it's spread this amount, and it's spread it uniformly, but it's actually done it on a every 6 months. So it's done 4 lots of 25. There you go, 4 lots 25. So that is cash and accruals. And of course, if you want, you could have proj mode as a variable. Excuse my spelling. And Alt-IF. I could reference that from there. And Alt-IF for this one too. I could reference that there. Copy this lot over. So now you can say, well, if I'm going to correct that because I can't stand that mistake. If you were doing this for the cash people, you'd do it with a projection mode of 1. If you're doing it for the accountants or the management accountants, you'd want it spread equally, and you can just make projection mode 0 and it just spreads it equally. And as usual, of course, you can have it on any time base you like. Thanks so much.